Welcome, everybody, to Generational Legacy with the Pishka family. It is so glad that you're joining us today as we're going to talk about how we function in our different roles as a family.
Yes, right. Because in our family, we have a lot of roles.
Lots of roles.
So we're going to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah.
So if you're joining us for the first time.
Sorry, that was funny.
If you're joining us for the first time, we are the Pishkas. I'm Fiona Pishka.
I'm Doug Pishka.
I'm Gabe Pishka.
Gabe is our son, and this is Josiah.
I'm Josiah Pishka.
He's our son behind the scenes.
He's very eccentric.
And he is very excited to be part of this show behind the scenes. But you have to watch the episode before this because we had him on for a little bit. But anyway, today we're going to talk a lot about our different roles as family and how we function and respect each other in those roles. Because sometimes if you have a business together, if you do ministry together, and especially husband and wife and family working together, you can get things mixed up and they can cross over into resentment and all this stuff. And it's just not good. So we'll talk a little bit about how we do it. So what do we want to start with?
How about let's start with what all things do we have? What all things do we do currently? Like about to start up, have started up, are doing everything. Let's start with you, Mom.
So I currently, I'm mom, I'm wife, but I run Blessed Children Home Orphanage. I'm the president of the organization. We have an orphanage in Guyana, but it is an organization in the U.S. that oversees global opportunities to help kids and widows. So that's what I do. I'm also the executive pastor at the church for which Doug is the lead pastor.
And don't you have some businesses?
And I also have my own business. Fiona Inc., which is and Pishka Consulting, which is what I do my books. I write my books through Fiona Inc. and do personal and professional coaching for people. I currently do a high value women's group where we train women.
So I can say that you're my publisher.
Yes, I am your publisher.
You are.
I am your publisher. So those are the three things I'm involved in as far as career and professionally, and besides being a wife and a mama.
Yes, I am a husband and a father, and also a pastor. The senior pastor of Victory Christian Fellowship in Palmyra, Pennsylvania. I have another ministry, which is just going under some reorganization called Heirs of Promise Ministries. And under that, I want to start Bible school, the Inheritance Bible Institute. And I want to take that into nations, primarily online, so that you don't necessarily have to come to a place to learn. You can learn where you are. And those are the two things that I oversee and take care of.
That's good. So currently I am the missions pastor at VCF. That's a new role that I just stepped into this summer. I am the founder and president of Humans of the World. So that's a nonprofit ministry organization that I started when I was 18, but every time I went to go work on it, the Lord told me to wait, and now it's finally time to do it. So I'm starting that up again. And then I'm also the CEO of Created on Purpose Productions. It is a video production company I've had since I was 15. I've been doing that since I was 15. And it just went under some restructuring and some rebranding, and now it's born again, reborn, and already have client work set up and some clients going and looking to expand that. But that's what I do currently.
So it's amazing. You guys have businesses and ministries.
Yeah, we do.
And I just have ministries.
Yeah. But our qualifications together were qualified ministry-wise and business as well.
Yeah.
We've always wanted to combine the Bible and business together.
Right.
You need that.
Yeah. So, I mean, it works together.
Yeah. I just say that to be funny.
Yeah. But listen, so as husband and wife.
Yes.
We have our relationship as husband and wife. Then we have our relationship as parents.
Yes.
So in the roles of husband and wife, as a wife, I submit to my husband. and then he submits to me too.
Mm-hmm.
So we recently made a change in how we function in the house,
Yes.
which was the best change ever. I don't know why we didn't do this before, but I think we were too busy and we just kind of like did things. So, should I explain the big change we made?
Well, you are primarily taking over the house
We are so funny together.
and its decorations.
So here's what we did.
Yeah.
We decided, see, our whole marriage, we've had a collaborative
Right.
leadership of the home in that the way the house functions, like the physical house, organization of it and everything else. And one day I said to Doug, this was just recently actually, I just
Yes.
made a decision. I said, Doug, you have never really seen what I could do with a house. And he was like, oh. I said, no, I've just been minimally functioning really all these years. We've been married 27 years. I'm like, you don't know what I could do with a house. So I took the whole month of June. I said, you give me the month of June. Don't have any input, no collaboration whatsoever. I'm running the show. And I did some miracles in the house,
Mm-hmm.
and Doug loves it, and it has changed a lot of things. So now I am the point person for the house. Whatever happens in the house, however it happens and all that stuff, I'm the one that has to say for that. And it has made a lot of things a lot easier because you're traveling a lot more.
Yes.
And we all are. And there's a lot more going on. So it's better to have one point person that makes the decisions for the house. And so I've taken on that role completely.
Well, even as to help me out as a pastor, you oversee our personal finances,
Right.
so that
Right.
I can focus on the church
Right.
and take care of that. And so that's a big plus as well.
Right. So that's how we like share things in the home as far as how we operate. And then as a family, like Gabe and Josiah are our kids. So we function together as a family, parent and child relationship.
Yeah.
But when it comes to the church, so I'm the executive pastor. I'm over like leadership and help with those types of administrative things. And Doug is the lead pastor. So if Doug has an idea or the final word for what we do is Doug
Yeah.
at the church because he is the lead pastor. So we all respect that. Gabe is the missions pastor. So we look to him for mission input, and if he has an idea about missions or he has something where, our job is to support and only give direction if there's something going off base, but which hasn't. So we're good. But when it comes to Blessed Children Home, I'm the one that's in charge of that. So when we went on this last trip to Blessed Children Home, everybody helped me in that effort. So when we went there as a family, everybody was supporting me. I didn't have to I'm submitting to my husband, even though I'm the president of Blessed Children Home. Whatever he says about Blessed Children Homes, I have to do that. No, he had no part of that.
No, I take a supportive role.
Yes.
As Fiona operates as the CEO, and I'm just there to help her with whatever to accomplish what she needs to accomplish.
Yeah. So that's how we do that with Gabe's business.
Yeah.
I mean, he's in charge of that and his nonprofit, because I'm on the board of that with you, but he's the leader of that. So the reason that we do things that way is like whenever we take on the lead role of something, we are committing to God that we are responsible for that thing. And so he will give us the information, the input, and he also gives us the faith, like the grace to have the faith to believe for whatever it is that we're believing for in that area. So like Blessed Children Home, Doug, you really have no input at all.
I do not.
He has no input. I was talking about Blessed Children Home the one day. I was talking about the plans I had and all this stuff with somebody, and they were like, well, have you talked to your husband about this? I said, well, what does he have to do with this? This is Blessed Children Home. They were shocked that I didn't even get his input.
Right.
But the thing is, like, this is what I tell women a lot of times. Sometimes they put too much pressure on their husbands to answer things that their husbands don't know anything about and shouldn't.
Right.
Because and it's like they have to know all this stuff and they have to do all this stuff. So that's to me that's like an error in the calling of God on our lives. If we are to, everything has to go through one person, just because we're married or just because we're family. So you're not even on the board of Blessed Children Home or anything like that. Completely, I would ask for his support and prayer or whatever. But half the times I'm solving problems he never even knew existed. We just do our thing.
Right.
Yep, I could tell the story of the home. I can promote the home, and I'm just there to help in any way that I can.
That's
Right.
good.
And so, Gabriel, you've transitioned from one family ministry to another family ministry.
Yeah, and I've kind of transitioned my whole role in ministry
Yes.
as a whole. I was working at Kenneth Hagin Ministries for almost 3 years in the broadcast media department, and I did all sorts of stuff for those 3 years. I made videos, took photos, did lights, everything. I traveled with the Hagins for a time too, and I'm so thankful for that time because that time it molded me so much to be able to be ready and come and do this, and God called me to this next step, and now I'm taking on more of a traditional ministry role versus like media ministry role. Like it's more like actual preaching, more of that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And we're going on trips. We're are preaching in crusades and stuff. And then, the Lord has been showing me all sorts of stuff for humans of the world as well in that time. Because something I preached on Sunday at our church, and I said this in my sermon, but something that the Lord told me was like, when you're waiting on the Lord, you have to be working.
Right. Yeah.
And so like every time, so I've had this ministry since I was 18, like official, legal, with the help of my mom. She helped push me through that. And like, so it's been registered, legal, ready to go since I was 18. I'm 21 now, and I haven't done anything with it yet. Like substantial.
But it's done things for you.
It's done things for me for sure. But what every time I went to go do it, it just didn't feel right. The Lord was like, just wait. And so I was like, all right. But in the waiting, I am working, and I'm getting myself ready, because when I registered that business, I never knew I was going to move back home. I never knew I was going to work at the church. The thought was that I was never coming back to work for you guys or to live here. That was not in the plan at all. And so now, like, when I connect all those dots, I'm like, all right, so Lord, this is what you had planned the whole time. So now I'm in a position where I can, devote a lot of time to that as well as this, and that ministry and the church can work together to go out and do something for the Lord. And but that time at Rhema and that time really shaped me, and now it's launched me into this next season.
And I was just thinking about two foundational words that makes this all work, and they are love and respect.
Yes, that's true.
So I love and respect my wife, and she has gifts and callings from God. I love and respect our Josiah, our youngest son, who has gifts and callings. He's very musical, and he's actually got a good voice too. And I love and respect Gabriel about his call and his gifts, and I think that's what makes it work. And I know that they both love and respect me. So those are two foundational words that really makes this.
Right.
They're the glue that holds us all together.
It's something interesting that I feel like sometimes you don't find in a lot of families today. We actually like each other.
Yeah.
We have a good time.
Yeah, we get along. We spend a lot of time together.
We spend a lot of time together. Compared to a lot of families, we spend like 90% of our time together because everything we do is together.
And here's the thing: we know when we're like at our edge, and we just chill. Like we just like whatever, you know. We just like let it go, chill, whatever. I think in families, the dynamic that hurts is when people are expected to be on all the time.
Right.
Like, you can't just like chill.
Right.
You got to be like, well, you said this and you did that. Who cares? Like, you know what I'm saying? So we just kind of like, and we can call each other out when necessary, but you don't have to call everything out. It's just crazy.
Correct.
Like we said in one other podcast, like this should be also the place where you're your worst and you could be your worst. Your worst doesn't have to be bad. It's just not hyped up all the time, you know?
Right.
And I think that helps us.
Yeah, we have fun together. We face challenges head on. We don't shrink back, but we find solutions to things. And that I'm loving it.
That's good.
The head of the household with all these branches
Yes.
that we've got
right.
going on.
I feel like a strong oak
Yes.
There you go.
with many strong branches.
That's right.
And so,
And it's exciting to see how God. I've always been this way. When I was in college, I get excited when I see God's gifts and callings working in other people, and they're getting a hold of their things with God, and they're walking it out, and that's what excites me. I love seeing that.
Yes. And the thing is, everything we are involved in, everything we do is to help people do just that.
Yes.
They walk in their calling, they exercise, and sometimes for somebody to walk in their calling, have to get stuff out of the way.
Yeah.
So we're able to help them get things out of the way, and it's just wonderful. So as a family dynamic, I think remaining teachable, and just like you said, having love and respect, and like because God is still giving revelation. So we're getting revelation on things, and we can share it with each other and not expect like somebody should have gotten that. How come I didn't get that? Whatever.
Yeah.
We just expect each other to get
Yeah.
revelation in the fields that we're in.
And we celebrate our differences.
Yes.
That's always a good thing.
That is good.
Yeah.
You're called to help people find their purpose. I'm called to help people find their inheritance. And Gabriel's
Gabe's called to
to
wake people up.
he's helped to create
Yes.
an awakening in them.
Yeah. Well, see, Gabriel preached for the first time at our church this past Sunday, and he was telling everybody to wake up and be the remnant. And so that's our joke for him.
I'm a fusion of these two.
Yeah.
So whenever I communicate, whenever I preach, I'm like a blend.
Yes.
The punch of my mom and the gentleness of my dad.
Yes.
You were punching a lot this
I was
Sunday.
punching a
though.
lot
I think
this
you were
Sunday.
And
punching
then we
a lot
have
this Sunday.
Josiah, who is he's very prophetic in his own
Yes.
right, and a lot of things that he says
Comes true.
are
That's true.
a reality, and they come to pass.
He creates it. He says
and
it
he's
happens.
preaching at youth.
He's
coming
preaching
up.
his first sermon outside
Yeah.
of the house.
Yeah, I told Josiah, I was just getting saved at 12. He preached his first
He's
sermon
preaching
at
his
12.
first sermon at 12.
I didn't preach for the first time until I was 20.
Yes. So see, and that's another thing to tell people.
Yeah.
We expect
Better.
Yes.
everybody to be better. All our
Expect our generation
to be better. So like
That's
Gabe
right.
expects
Achieve more.
Josiah to be better than
Correct.
he was
Correct.
at his age, and so that is happening. We expect both
Correct.
boys to be better than us.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So that's what we do as a family, and that's how we make it work. If we have Gabe and I have had some knockdown, drag out.
Yeah, me and Dad have never really had too many headbutts, but me and Mom, man, we
we
hit
go at it.
every now and then.
But then when we finish, it's over.
It's over. We don't
And
bring
it's
it up.
done,
It's done.
and we've both gone a different level up, and then it's over. We don't carry around
And that's
stuff.
how you were with your father.
And that's how I was with my dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. One thing that I've noticed is, and I don't actually think I ever like say this out loud, but I'm one of the only people in my mom's life who will ever challenge something she says. For real. But I think it's almost designed that way.
Probably, because I did that to my dad.
Yeah, like it's not even a challenge what you say out of a disrespect thing, but it's just like if I think that something isn't the way that it should, I'll tell you, and I'm not afraid to. You know what I mean? But it's just like the thing that we got.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and I'll straighten out you
That's
in
right.
your life.
She'll straighten me out if I'm in error. She'll tell
She
me.
straightens me out too.
That's right. That's just how it is. But that's how it should be.
Yes.
Like, I think sometimes parents have this superiority complex against their kids, and this isn't to tell kids to go out and just
disrespect your
disrespect your
parents.
parents.
Right.
I actually don't have the right to correct you.
Yeah.
I'm not ever correcting you. I'm just what if you do this and this isn't the right thing, or you know what I'm saying? But it's that, and especially too now that I'm older, I would have never done that when I was younger.
Right.
But it's just that kind of mutual respect thing that we have going on, that we can talk like that, and we can have that open conversation, and it's not really a big deal, you know?
Yeah, we have strived to create an open atmosphere, and I have even been more comfortable opening up over the years. I've had several layers of my onion unpeeled, and because I'm normally I'm a type of person that I would keep things in, and then maybe they would explode, but I've learned to because of the free atmosphere, I have gotten better at expressing myself, how I feel when,
Yeah.
I don't like something and stuff like that.
And we know each other.
Yeah.
I think relationships should get better because of more that you know about the person than worse. In some cases it gets worse because the person finally reveals who they are, but they were hiding it the whole time.
Yeah.
And that's what makes it worse. So people
Yeah.
feel like they've been, deceived or something. But when you just reveal who you are to begin with, and then as you grow, you reveal that helps.
And we've never pushed our desires onto our kids. We just want them to connect with God,
Right.
and do what He wants them to do.
Like even when we planned, it was always like you need to still pray and ask the Holy
Right.
Spirit
Yeah.
to show you. So
Right.
the Bible tells us that man plans in his heart. Even if we don't plan it on paper, we're still planning in our heart.
Right. Yeah.
But God directs.
Right.
So we have to start at least planning something so God has something to direct. If we don't plan, then what is He directing?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
He's already got a plan for us. So when we a lot of times I just sit down and start writing.
Yeah.
And ideas would come and plans would come. That's all I do. I
Yeah.
had nothing in my head before I started writing. And sometimes people wait for something to come in their head first before they go writing.
Yeah.
But if you just sit down sometime and just start writing things out.
and I would go and seek God and find solutions and answers.
So when Doug and I would have these big arguments with the big milestone arguments, it would always be because I'm ready for change.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this dude is not doing, like, we've been doing the same
This
thing.
dude.
And I'm like, man, and I'd be like all upset about it. And I'm telling him, I'm dumping all this on him. I'd be like, and I don't know what the answer is. And you need to go pray and ask God for whatever the answer is. He's like, okay.
And God is always faithful to give me
Yes.
answers.
Yes.
funny.
And then we would go up to another level.
Yeah.
So that's how we've operated our home and our life.
And we're very real.
Yeah.
We're not trying to put on a facade. What you see is what you get.
Yeah.
That's right.
And we are what we are here and in public also.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the same.
Same
Same us. Yeah. Same us.
Yes.
Same us.
So listen, guys, if you, if you're blessed by these podcasts, please drop us a line, comment, whatever questions you have, we'd be happy to answer. And then if there's something you'd like us to discuss,
Yeah.
that maybe we haven't covered as yet, we'd be happy to
Yeah.
to let you know what we know about the
And
subject.
find us on socials and stuff. If you're on YouTube right now, you can hit the description, and I'll have links to all of our stuff. If you're on Spotify or iTunes, look on YouTube, and you'll see all that stuff. See what we're doing, see what we're up to,
Yes.
and keep in touch with us. And
Yeah, see, this is a brand new thing
yeah,
that just started about a month ago.
Right.
literally,
Right.
Mom had said something about wanting to start a podcast, and then I was like, okay, let's do it this day. So we just sat down and started
Yep,
a podcast.
that's how we
And
do
here
it.
we are.
Here we are.
8
So,
episodes later.
Yes. Whatever blessing we can be to anyone. That's
Yeah.
that's our goal and our heart's desire.
That's right.
Well, God bless you guys. Have an awesome day. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.